Here we go again.
Wait a minute.
Oh. We won! We won! Alhamdulillah! We won!
Hello everybody and welcome to another match reaction, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but it finished at the Valley last night. Charlton Athletic 1, Gillingham 0. We've won a game of football. I mean, it just shows how low we've sunk for the fact I'm celebrating a victory in this way, but it just feels good to get 3 points for once, you know. Our first win in 8 games, a massive 3 points as well, of a game that we needed to win. You know, we needed to, break the duck of absolutely horrendous performances recently, and in spite of a very uninspiring lineup again, I felt, we have to say, we did pretty well. We have to say we did pretty well indeed. I mean, it wasn't the most brilliant of performances, but let's face it, it's the best performance we've seen in a couple of months, that's for sure. But yeah, very happy for once. Let's get into this positive match reaction for once, shall we? Let's begin as ever with the starting 11. As I said, it was an uninspiring lineup going into it because it was, as per usual, the standard 5 at the back, 5-3-2, 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. In between the sticks, Craig McGillivray, as always. The 3 centre-backs were Sean Clare, obviously returning to the side. Did he play against... I can't even remember who we had last game, but I'm pretty sure he played in that game. Accrington, yeah, he did. He did play against Accrington, yeah. So his second game back in the side after serving a 3-match ban. Then you had Sam Lavelle and then Ben Purrington playing at centre-half, and that was because at wing-back we had Adam Matthews, and the return of Corey Blackett-Taylor, returning from injury, comes straight back into the side at left wing-back. 3 central midfielders, Jules Dobson, obviously, and then Alex Gilby and Scott Fraser occupied the centre of midfield. And then up front was Jayden Stockley, and also the return of Connor Washington, who returned to the side, making his first start for the club since returning from injury, as well as CBT. Now, as lineups go, probably the strongest that we've seen in quite a while, we do have to say, but still... I just wasn't inspired because, again, I just don't understand why Jackson persists with the 5 at the back. You know, I've said it so many times, the formation, it just doesn't work. It does not work. You know, playing players out of position, you know, we've got wingers playing wing backs, even though some of them do play well in that position, a select few anyway. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work as a formation, especially from the fact that, you know, we had Ben Purrington in that position at centre-half. He's not good in that position. You know, he has had a very good season, but I just think at centre-back, it's just not his position. He just does not do well, should I say, as opposed to playing left-back, because obviously he's a left-back, but he's also attacking. You know, he can get forward, and I think that when he has the freedom to do that, he is very good. So him being in the centre-half spot, I wasn't particularly happy with that, but I think other than that, like I said, it's probably the strongest lineup we've seen in a while. You know, Washington and Stockley, Blackett-Taylor, obviously, Fraser in the midfield. I'm going to say it again. Juan Castillo and Niall John, where are they? You know, again, not on the bench whatsoever. You know, Jackson was questioned about it, and I think it's just getting stupid at this point. You know, with the form that we're currently on, if those two can't get into this side now, they never will. It's as simple as that. They never, ever will get into this team if they can't get into it now, which... is a shame. I do feel bad for them. I do feel bad for the fact that they're not playing because, like I said, there's no doubt, well, I don't have a doubt in my mind that they're good players, but it's the fact that they're not getting game time here, and I don't understand it, to be honest. But anyway, that was the formation for us. For Gillingham, it appears, according to what I'm looking at here, they went with the same formation. You know, they had a couple players that I thought were going to be threatening. Obviously, Ben Thompson being a prime example, Stuart O'Keefe, Jack Tucker in the centre-half position as well. Pontus Dahlberg in goal, who didn't have a great spell at Doncaster, let's be honest. So I did think that could potentially be a weakness that we could go for, because I don't think he's had the best of years this year for Doncaster. But obviously, Gillingham under management of Neil Harris, he was obviously going to get his team well prepared for this. Going into the first half, if you were looking, you know, the outside looking in, if you looked at the statistics of the first half, you would probably say that we dominated Gillingham, which, to be fair, you could probably definitely put in a case for. I'm not going to lie, I did miss the first 10 minutes of the game because I was out drinking with a couple of mates at the uni accommodation last night watching the game. So I missed the first 10 minutes. I can't comment on that. But what I was seeing, yeah, I thought, I didn't think it was, brilliant, but I thought that we were doing well, and I felt that we were imposing ourselves as probably the better team inside that first half. We were trying to get things going. We were obviously kept playing the long ball out from the back, which just wasn't fun to watch, to be honest. But as soon as we got the ball to Corey Blackett-Taylor, he was just cutting inside, going past defenders, getting shots away. This was probably the most amount of shots we've had in the first half in a very long time. I think we had 13 shots in the first half. Not that many on target. I think we only had 3 on target. But compared to Gillingham's 3 shots, 2 on target, and 32% possession, you'd probably say that we imposed ourselves as the dominant side inside that first half. And Blackett-Taylor, what an influence he was in the game yesterday. He was absolutely phenomenal. Man of the match performance. You just got him the ball and he just wouldn't think, to put balls in the box. He just didn't want to do that. He would just get the ball and he would just run at them. He would just use his pace, cut inside. Gillingham could not handle him last night and he was such a threat. And he was the catalyst for the first and only goal of the game. And it was, of course, Alex Gilby that got the goal. And I was very happy for Gilby. I don't think he's played brilliantly the last couple of weeks, but he definitely needed that goal and he got a deserved goal because, again, he had a very good game last night, in my opinion, as well. But yeah, the goal, Blackett-Taylor, he cuts inside. I think that was the 3rd time that he'd done that in the first half. He cuts inside, has a shot, I think, either inside the D or just outside the D, takes a shot. Dalberg saves it, but he parries it straight into the path of Stockley. I think Stockley manages to get a foot into it. There's a defender there trying to challenge him for the ball. Stockley sticks a foot out. It comes back off Dalberg and it falls kindly to Gilby and he slams it into an empty net, 4-1-0, the only goal of the game, of course. I think the one criticism I could have of that first half is the fact that we were taking too long to release the ball. There was obvious options that we could move to or even play it to the middle, but we would just take our time, slow the attack down and then just smash it long. That's probably the only criticism I could have in that first half. But yeah, all in all, I think we did fairly well. As I said, Blackett-Taylor was imposing himself as a threat. He was running on that left-hand side, cutting inside. Gillingham couldn't get anywhere near him. Gilby had a very good opportunity as well before he scored to actually take the lead. He done really well to get hold of the ball, flicked it past 2 defenders, cut inside in towards the edge of the box, and he took a shot on the weak foot, and we're talking at least a couple of yards away from the post, so it was very close. But yeah, that was the half-time whistle. Charlton 1, Gillingham 0, and like I said, if you looked at the statistics from the outside looking in, you could say that we dominated them. Like I said, 13 shots, not that many on target, but 68% possession as well. Gillingham, inside that first half, they forced McGillivray into a couple of easy saves for him to claim, to be fair, and also McGillivray, unbelievably, actually come out of his box and managed to grab hold of a cross, which we haven't seen a lot of recently. The one thing McGillivray's been criticised a lot for recently, and it justified as well, is the fact he doesn't command his box. That is the one weakness he has. I remember the start of the season he was very shaky, and we're seeing that again now. He just would be so hesitant to come out of his box and collect the ball, come for crosses. But last night he did that on one occasion, which to the delight of the Charlton fans, where they went, "Way!" when he did it. In terms of the second half, probably more even. I'd probably say Gillingham had the more threatening opportunities of the second half. I'm trying to remember some of the chances we had. I know Blackett-Taylor again had another good opportunity where again he just took the ball. I think it was after we crossed the ball in the box. I think we had a shot blocked or something. It come back out to Blackett-Taylor, picks up the ball on the left foot, he just runs into the box, completely runs past everyone, has a shot, and Dalberg was able to make a good save. But yeah, I don't really remember much from the second half because I did think it was quite quiet. But yeah, Gillingham did certainly turn up the gas a little bit inside that second half. They didn't have that many opportunities still. They finished the game with only 7 shots, so they had, 4 inside that second half. I don't think they had any on target as well, but they did up the ante. They were coming at us, crossing balls in the box. There was one very good opportunity that they missed, I think, quite late on. Ball come into the box from Ollie Lee, I think it was, headed down, headed on by one of their players. It was then chested down, and then it fell to Connor Masterson, I think, and yeah, completely open space, and he's just rifled it right over the bar. That really could have been an opportunity to make it 1-0, and it was a seriously good opportunity for Gillingham, but thankfully, in our case, they didn't take it. But yeah, fairly quiet for us on our front, to be honest. Like I said, I think apart from the Blackett-Taylor opportunity, I'm struggling to remember an opportunity that we had in front of goal compared to the first half. Like I said, nowhere near the amount of opportunities that we had inside the first half. It did definitely scare me a little bit, when Blackett Taylor did come off and we went defensive. We brought on Jason Pearce. Elliot Lee came on as well for Scott Fraser, which I thought was quite strange considering Lee's form recently. I felt Fraser had a good game as well, one of the better games I've seen him so far for Charlton. Hopefully he can keep that sort of game going. But yeah, Lee came on, didn't have much of an impact on the game, to be honest, as per usual, which is quite harsh probably, but yeah, I just haven't been convinced of him recently. And then, as I said, we went defensive. Blackett Taylor came off, we brought on Jason Pearce, and then that left Purrington, Pearce, Lavelle, Clare, Matthews, and then Dobbo. So six? Well, still 6 defensive players on the pitch. But yeah, it was certainly nerve-wracking towards the end when it looked like we were going to sit back. We bring off our most attacking asset and bring on a centre half. But in Jacko's defence, it worked, as we did come away with a massive 3 points. Full-time, Charlton Athletic 1, Gillingham 0. Our first win in 8 matches. A clean sheet as well, which is very good. We haven't had a clean sheet in what feels like years now, I think. Since the Fleetwood game, actually, back in January. So it's been a very long time, but we got the job done. Charlton 16 shots, 4 on target. Not brilliant amount of shots on target, but 63% possession. Gillingham 37%. Gillingham had 7 shots, 2 on target. You could probably say that we dominated and deserved the win. I mean, just looking at it, we had double the shots on target and more than double the amount of shots. So, I know Neil Harris was a little bit bitter in his post-match interview, saying that he didn't deserve to lose the game, he deserved the point, but ultimately, I don't think Gillingham, apart from the Masterson opportunity, and there was another one as well where they bent a shot, I think outside the box, and it just skimmed past the post. Other than that, there wasn't really that many threatening opportunities that Gillingham had. Definitely not as many to say that they deserved the game. And like I said, probably not the most convincing performances from Charlton, but ultimately a win is a win, and we will happily take it. And it certainly gives us a bit of a cushion above the bottom 4 now. We are now 10 points clear of Gillingham. Hopefully, it can set us on our way to a decent end to the season. Hopefully, it is a confidence boost. Obviously, we are starting to get personnel back now as well. Obviously, Washington is back now. Blackett Taylor is back, which is massive. As I said, man of the match performance from him last night. Chuck Zanike nearing his return as well. And of course, Jake Forster-Caskey as well, who did score, I think, seconds into his return to football against Watford in the development squad. I think it was the day before, on Friday. So yeah, congratulations to him. Very positive night in SC7 for once. The one downer was the atmosphere. The amount of people that was there. Obviously, I wasn't at the game last night, but yeah, less than 10,000 inside the stadium. I mean, I'm not surprised based on our current form and the way the club is currently going, with the Field of Valley campaign still going on, which is stupid at this point. I'm not surprised, but it is a shame, to see the Valley empty, and even more of a shame for the fact that we actually put in a somewhat decent performance and we managed to get the 3 points for once. But yeah, a very positive night, a very, very positive night. Hopefully we can take this into our stride now and we can keep going and we can get some more victories. We've got Burton coming up now on Saturday, which is another big game. Hopefully we can grab a win there and we can push ourselves up the table just that little bit more. Relegation, it seems to be out of the question at this point, you could say. I mean, to be fair, a lot of Charlton fans said that there's no way we're going to go down. I am just very happy for once that we managed to get the 3 points and grab the victory. So I think everybody else is probably feeling the same way after last night. So that is it for this match reaction, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, can you possibly leave a like, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and turn on those post notifications so you are notified of every time I upload a new video. What do you guys think of the game? Let me know in the comments below. Finally, a positive match reaction for once. It feels like ages. I think since Portsmouth, actually, back in January, since I did a match reaction from a game that we actually won. So it feels good. It does feel very good to do one after a victory, and hopefully we will be doing one again on Saturday for when we take on Burton Albion. So I will see you guys all then. Thank you again for watching this video. This has been Tyler Anderson. Have a nice day, and I will see you all, as I said, on Saturday for the match reaction against Burton Albion. Take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you all then.